Hey everybody, Jesse Callen here with Callen Corner, and today I am going to bring you my predictions for Clash of Champions Gold Rush. Now, if you don't already know, this is the pay-per-view where every single title will be on the line. So that should be pretty exciting. At least I sure hope it will be. So before we get started, let me ask you all to please hit like on this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. There will be more content in the future. And I mean more than just prediction videos. So let's get right to it, shall we? Now, since WWE has already announced what their kickoff match will be, that's where I'm going to start. So the first match on our list is Asuka versus Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, the fact that this match is on the kickoff makes me feel like maybe and perhaps the title change isn't happening. But it's not to say that this isn't the beginning of a push for Zelina. I actually think that this is probably the start of a feud that could be really good. And maybe Zelina doesn't win this weekend, but she may win in the near future. I don't know. But my pick for this particular match is going to be Asuka takes the win. Unless WWE majorly swerves us and Zelina does win the title. I mean, I think anything's probably possible. So now on to the next match on our list. The United States Championship is on the line once again between Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews. Now granted, last time Apollo was the champ. This time Bobby Lashley is the champ, and my prediction is that Bobby Lashley is going to stay the champ. At least I think that makes the most sense if we want to keep on taking the Hurt Business seriously. To be fair, I'm actually okay with the Hurt Business. I think they have a lot of potential to become pretty awesome. I just want to see them used in ways that make a little bit more sense instead of kind of just being everywhere at all times, doing everything. Like, for example, when they're going up against Retribution, I don't know who I'm supposed to cheer for because they're all heels, so I'm a little bit perplexed and a little bit confused. Clear that up, WWE, and thank you very much. Now let's move on to the next match. The Women's Tag Team Championship match, featuring Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus the Riott Squad. Now this is a match that I am obviously looking forward to because I am a big fan of Liv Morgan. So I'm very hopeful that the Riott Squad win this match and that we can finally call them the champions that they've so well deserved forever. But we shall see. This match is another one where I feel like we could get swerved and that Nia and Shayna might actually retain. To be fair, they don't like each other, and I get that, but they don't actually make a bad team. They can honestly be a dominant women's tag team for a little while if WWE really wanted to do that with them. But because I'm such a big fan of Liv and I love Ruby too, I'm still going to cheer for them because I've wanted this for them forever. So my picks are the Riott Squad for the win. Let's move on, shall we? The next match on the list is the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. This one is between Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, obviously, and the Lucha House Party. Now, I'm going to be honest. I totally forgot that this match was even happening. I mean, it makes sense because, it's a championship match. They're the champs. And I happen to really love Shinsuke, and I'm a big fan of Cesaro, too. As a matter of fact, all of these guys are good wrestlers. And I think the Lucha House Party just hasn't been taken seriously very much. But they're good wrestlers, too. However, I feel like I've watched these guys all wrestle like 15 billion times, and, after a while, it's kind of like, okay, what else do we have? But nonetheless, I'm going to say that Shinsuke and Cesaro, it's so hard to say his name. Anyway, I predict that they will retain. At least I kind of hope they do. Of course, then again, maybe we'll get swerved this time too, and it's the Lucha House Party. See, I'm just trying to save everything and vote for every single person to win every single match that I predict about so that there's no way I could be wrong. See? Clever thinking. Yep. Alrighty then, let's move to the next match. And that is the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. Now, this is another match where it's like, okay, I think I said that the last match has happened probably about 14 million times. Well, I think that this one's happened about 14 billion times. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe we just need more tag teams. The tag team division needs more attention and more hewing and mad fixing, because it's been the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza forever now. And it's like every single Raw, every single pay-per-view for the last, I don't even know how long, I've lost count, has been the same two groups going against each other. And come on now. We need more. Come on, guys. Anyway, I'm actually going to go on a swerve and say that Andrade and Angel win this one, though. That's just my guess, because it's a possibility that they finally get along, because Zelina is out of the picture and she might have been the wedge that was kind of causing the rift. So, yeah. My pick to win this match is going to be Andrade and Angel Garza. Even if I think that they just threw this together last minute because they forgot that they didn't make a match for this particular championship. But that's another story for another day. Let's move to the next match. Bayley versus Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, this is another match where we've seen it umpteenth thousand times, but it still has some interest, because every time in the past, obviously, Bayley would pretty much cheat using Sasha so that she could win the matches. It's really the only reason the title's even still on her. Now, I feel like several things could happen in this match. First things first, maybe Nikki Cross finally wins the match because Bayley doesn't have anyone there to help her win. Second of all, maybe Nikki Cross wins the match because Sasha comes out and distracts Bayley but doesn't actually attack her or anything like that, so she doesn't get the whole disqualification thing going. But I think that the most likely scenario is that Sasha is too flipping angry to come out there and not actually attack Bayley. I think she's going to come out there and go all buck wild and attack Bayley and cause Nikki to lose the match by rule of disqualification. So, that's my prediction. Bayley wins because Sasha interferes with the match. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Now, the next match on this card is the match that I think I'm actually looking most forward to. And that is the Intercontinental Championship title match. It's hold on. Let me try this again. The Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat Winner-Take-All Ladder Match. That is a lot of words to say. That is a long title. And what all is the winner taking? I mean, I know he's winning the Intercontinental Championship, but is there something else for him to win? Oh, I got it. Hold on. The winner takes the real Intercontinental Championship, and they take that fake one that Sami's been carrying around for the last few weeks. Ah, winner takes all. Or I'm just forgetting something here, and I'm sure someone in the comments can enlighten me. That's all good, too. So, obviously, this is Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. Now, I personally think that this match has had some nice little build behind it, and it's also just something that seems very interesting. I love ladder matches, so I'm all game for this, and what better than a ladder match that has Jeff Hardy in it? So, I'm looking forward to this. And what I think is going to happen is that either Jeff Hardy is going to retain, or somehow maybe Sami retains. It kind of looks like they're taking him a little bit more serious, because if we remember, before he left, he wasn't even trying to wrestle. Like, the only reason he won the title was because the other two helped him out. And I just, never saw him wrestling on the show. He was always running away like a sissy. But that match that I saw him in the other day was pretty awesome. I mean, he was pretty awesome. So this just makes me feel like that they're finally taking Sami a bit more seriously. At least that's what I'm hoping, because I think he's a very amazing talent. He's good in the ring, and he's good on the mic, and he's got charisma. They need to take him more seriously. But we'll see what happens. But since I can only be fair and pick one, I'm just going to go with Jeff Hardy retains. Unless he's going to face The Fiend, then he just needs to lose the title or something. If that's the next feud. That's kind of one of my predictions in the world of wrestling, that may be the next feud. But we'll find out. So let's move on to the next match. That match being Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship in an ambulance match. Now this is exciting because I haven't seen an ambulance match since I came back to watching wrestling about a year and a half ago. So, should be pretty fun to watch. Now obviously this feud has been going on for quite a bit of time, and I feel like if I base it off of what happened on Raw last, it makes sense that Drew McIntyre wins. And it'd be nice to see him win, honestly. See him keep the title for a while longer. But I also think that for all of this build and all of this stuff that's been going on between the two of them, that maybe it's about time for Randy to finally get that 14th reign. I think it's 14th. So, I'm going to go on a whim and say that Randy Orton wins the title here. But we shall see. Now, last and final match of the night. I don't know which order they're actually going to be in, I'm just guessing. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal Championship. Now, I feel like a lot of interesting things could happen here. For one, we're finally going to see Roman in a full feature-length regular one-on-one match. It's about time. Now, first and foremost, Roman Reigns is going to win this match. I just don't see Jey winning. I mean, we could get a massive swerve, and everybody could be fooled, and Jey could win, and we will all be talking about it for weeks to come. But I don't see that happening. I think that Roman wins, and this either makes him and Jey turn against each other. Finally, we see Roman as the heel that we all know he more or less is now. Or maybe even Jey turns around and joins him afterwards. We'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, Roman wins this match. That's my final answer. And now you have the full card for the show. So there you have it, everybody. That is my predictions for WWE's Clash of Champions Gold Rush, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Please feel free to comment below, tell me what your predictions are, and also don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Feel free to follow me on social media. You can find me on Twitter at jcallenart, and it's the same for Instagram and Facebook. Well, probably not really worth following me on there. So, we'll just leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you all next time.